I'd heard about Lakota One Heart for many years, but we never seemed to be in the same place at the same time. Then I moved to the mountains and learned that Lakota was my neighbor. Still, it took a while before we finally met. She came to the farm where I lived and blessed the land. Soon after, when I became ill, she came to visit me in the hospital. And thereafter, every time I needed help, and during that period there were a lot of times I needed help, Lakota was right there. I had the opportunity to visit her land, Blue Buffalo Spring, a magical place on a mountaintop with a medicine wheel, a peace chamber, rolling hills, cows, dogs, cats, a place filled with love. Lakota One Heart is one of those special people on the planet today, a shining light, a radiant soul. Reverend Lakota Hasty Frazier, elk with no horns, or buffalo woman comes running, is a spiritual leader, intuitive counselor, healer, animal teacher, prayer lodge and dance teacher, and mystic. Of French and Lakota descent, she teaches from her own life experience, sharing her visions and sacred ceremonies. She is the leader of Turtle Island Dreamers Group, offering healing to men and women and to Mother Earth with the ultimate goal of peace for our world. We are honored today to have Lakota as our speaker. Let's welcome Lakota One Heart.
She's a little dynamo, trust me. In the way of our people, the Lakota and the Mi'kmaq Wabanaki. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. It won't stay. There. Is that better?
Yes.
Did I do it right? Yeah. I'm not good with machines, trust me. They seem to fall apart when I touch them. I'm good with animals and people and children. That's the best. But the machines, they have a different view of me. Not so good. Anyway, today I want to talk about and to teach about our country seems to be gripped with a visceral of anger, frustration, and fear. This is not us. This is not the America that I know. This is not us. What has happened? The polarizing, one side to the other, not finding the middle ground. And I want you to think about the conceptual awareness of the universal symbol of the heart. Okay? Cut it in half and you have 2 ears. Guess what? What 2 ears can do? They can listen to each other. People will not fight when they listen. We have an ancient ceremony. It's called the strawberry bowl. And it comes about from a man and a woman fighting. They argued so much and got so mad at each other, this woman up and left that man. First he was glad she was gone. And she was glad to be rid of him. And they just went on their distance. And she kept on going and going and going. And it dawned on him by nightfall she wasn't coming back. He got frightened for her. Frightened for himself more. Because who's going to cook? Who's going to help skin that hide, scrape it, and make him new leggings and new mockies? Chew the leather, Yeah. So it was. And who was he going to protect? There was nobody in that teepee but him now. All alone to deal with his own thoughts. And he sat there. And he was objective. Which meant he looked at himself. He says, oh my gosh. I didn't hear her needs. Please, Creator, bring her back to me, wherever she is. I feel so alone without her. She's the other half of me. She's the other half of me. I'm so alone. So, Creator heard him. And so she just keeps on going, and she's just like in her fuddle, because us women, we carry the emotions a little bit to a deeper level because we cycle. We cycle with the moon, the sun and the stars. We carry the womb, the living, breathing organ of God in this world. So Creator made us. So we flow with our feelings. And we really have to work hard not to get flown right off the side of the overhill of the cliff of the big old, waterfall there. Because we're drowning in ourselves sometimes. And that's our cycle. In the old days, a woman would take her cycle, sit in the moon lodge, and give that to the Earth Mother and be cleansed daily, and the grandmothers would take that out. And what was there in that spot? Nothing would grow if her mood was dark and angry and filled with fear and frustration. But if her heart worked it through, things would grow there again. So we're responsible as women for the growth of even our men, and the love that we have for them, and the love that they have for us. So the Creator decided, well, she hasn't eaten yet, nobody's hunting for her, let's see what goes. And she kept running along. She started seeing these beautiful red berries. She never saw them before in her life. And they were shaped like a heart. Little specks of light all over them. She says, I don't know what they are, but I'm hungry, I'm going to taste one. And she did. Oh, she couldn't stop herself. She kept eating more. And she sat there in that patch and continued. Meanwhile, her husband was tracking her down, trying to find her. He went for hundreds and hundreds of miles, and he finally found her sitting in that patch. He comes running up to her, and she's quite satisfied now. And she shows him this little berry. She says, it looks like our heart, doesn't it? With little spots of light from God and love to make us awake to each other again. I've missed you too, and I've had a bad mood about us. And he heard her, and she heard him. So to this day, when those frustrations come about, we take a little bowl, sit it in the middle of the table, and fill it with strawberries. And we take that strawberry, and I feed it to you, my mate. And as you chomp on down, I say what I need to say. Then he takes the strawberry and feeds it to me. And he says what I need to hear. And usually by the end of the bowl, those two ears that weren't listening made the heart of the strawberry into their hearts. And that's a teaching. And it's actually a workshop you can do for relationships. And for our country right now, we're so visceral. I've had people call me hating anybody that chose Trump. I've had people that support Trump call me hating anybody that chose anybody else. And I say to them, we are but choice. This is what happens. We are but choice. So let us go together from the choice. Let us find a meeting point and listen. Let's help our politicians get there. Because that's the real issue, is the division that we have, the parties that are divided. If they come together, let's pray for them to come together, to hear each other. And maybe we won't have such a dialogue in our world right now, where if our country has a hiccup, the world gets the flu. We are very, very progressive in the world to change our world. Our country bears a huge responsibility here. A long time ago, with the onset of the dominant culture that came, the white man brought the black man, and also brought the oriental man. The red man was you. Made the medieval, made that heart chakra, the circle with the cross, the four chambers, the four races. God brought us together here to lead. Yes, we went through the great churn and things bad happened, but we can all grow beyond that because we're above it. We're here to make the difference. We're a very prosperous country. We can show and teach. We can be the Mecca for the world. All different faiths live here. All different races live here. Different creeds, different ways of even the same book, the Bible. Where I live in the mountains, they have like a church on every corner. Maybe 15 or 20 people go there, but they go there every week, every Wednesday and every Sunday. Go down, it's the same again, from the same book. A different viewpoint, but everybody's tolerant. Nobody's busting in their hurt and cause pain and shame for your belief systems. We have magic here in this country. Embrace the magic of us as a large, beautiful, multicultural, national humanity. We are the community for the world. We have it. Let's use it. Start writing to the people that make the difference. Put the pressure there. I don't believe in violence as a protest. Do not. I will not fight. People want to fight me, I put my hands up. No. Yeah. Yeah means no. I will not fight you. I'll hold hands and listen to you. And maybe we can go to a dialogue and remediate our conflicts. And if not, be on your way, because I will not fight with you. That's where we've got to get to. When we get to that spot of that grace, God's love in the center of that heart, the meeting place of two ears, we've come to peace. Because God's love can't be divided. There's no division in love. Love joins. It doesn't divide. It just doesn't. And the best part about it, God's truth can't be divided either. And that's the absolute truth. God's love just is. You do not have to jump in a hoop for that love. Creator could care less if you're good or bad, evil, or any of that stuff. And I know that for a fact because I went straight to God and tattled on my chief one day. And while I was up there tattling to God, God basically made me become dust. I floated out on the heavens. And I had an incredible vision and an understanding that we here in this world jumped in. And this is what we've jumped into. We make the difference by our alignment to that love of God. Not making a line anywhere. No division. That's the power of one-heartedness. My name, Lakota One Heart, I changed and became that name because of the shape of the land that was in my vision at my Sundance. It was a little bump, then a straight across up to a bigger bump. I never noticed, but I found a mountain. I lived like a pauper and still do there to make it happen, and I will continue till the vision manifests into form for the pipe that I carry for world peace. For my Buffalo Cattleman's message. There's only one race, Lakota, the race of our humanity. And only one language, the language of love. And only one way to serve God above and to serve humanity. Talk about simplicity. She nailed me to my cross. And I had a little judgment in that dance too. So I'm grateful to find a wisdom on the top of a mountain shaped like the human heartbeat. And I didn't know that. One of the girls that comes to my dances ask me, why did I move so far away from everybody? There's mountains just 3 hours away, rather than 7. And I said, I found the mountain that was in my vision. She said, what do you mean? I said, the shape of it. I didn't know if the sun was coming up or going down, but that's where it's supposed to be. And she said to me, well, draw it. So I drew it out for her. Then I took her down on the road where you could see it. She says, Lakota, I work for a cardiologist. That is the shape of the human heartbeat. And from then on, we had the heart dance, where we just beat the heartbeat and we listened to God. No other dialogue at all. That's power. Power in listening to your own heartbeat. Lump dub, lump dub. That space in the middle is God. That's Lakota. It's inside you. That space, that inner divine space of all grace that combines the polarization, the different color of the blood with the air and the prayer in you. By your very breath, you become one-hearted. You become God with a little g. You become whole, complete, not split-minded or split-tongue, where you say one thing and do another. That divides you. If you can't live to your word, you walk divided with absolutely no power. If you want to walk in power with the love of God, say your truth, but you don't have a right to hurt somebody with it. Sit down at a table. If you see somebody harming themselves and others, and there's someone close to you, say the truth, but sit down. Have a bowl of strawberries. And be willing to listen to their side of the story too. Everyone here has a story, has something wonderful to share in their life, something to offer. That's why this little sweet love and unity church is so wonderful to come into vibrational tone-wise. And it does sing. I know that. And look over there, you've got a white buffalo on one of those little platforms on the face. You counted us Indians too. I found that just so wonderful. You represent a teaching long ago of the Buffalo Nation people. The buffalo come in all colors. So it was the breakup of our people to encompass the whole of all people. That was God's intent. And I totally trust in God's intent for us all to come together in unity on our continent to help lead the world into a place of unity. And fear cannot be, fear, this physical, cannot be part of the breath. You have to let that go. Hantoyo tokahe. You clear the way in a holy way. You're 96% water. Water flows. When you try to dam it up, it stops its program. When you try to channel it through just concrete, it becomes an angry water. But when it flows, meandering down the way it meant to flow, it flows into beauty and creates life everywhere it goes. So think about your heart with that flowing, that pure elixir inside you of your 97% water, 99% metabolic rate of water. Water is holy. So think of flow, always flow, rather than stop. We can't stop. We've got to flow in this country with love, compassion, understanding, listen. Even if you don't want to be in agreement, try to listen. There begins the dialogue of the middle way, God's loving embrace of the 2 ears to make one heart. There's your shape and your form. It's a symbolic symbol everywhere around the world. Valentine's coming up. It's coming up. Look at that symbol now. And anywhere you have conflict, you do not have God. You don't. God's not conflicting. That love just is. So let it go. I'm going to sing you the water song for your bodies. The healing, let it flow. Hantayo tokahe. Hantayo tokahe. Hantayo maniwakan wichoni heya wichosani maniwakan wichoni heya wichosani hantayo tokahay hantayo maniwakan wichoni heya wichosani hantayo tokahe maniwaka wichone heya wichosani. We clear the way in a holy way, the holy waters of life. They clear. We stand holding all of life in our sacredness, life wichosani. That translation refers to our bodies. The ebb and the flow we have to drink in order to live. We have to embrace the waters of life in order to live. Think about out in space, how water came to this beautiful planet when she was just a stone. Came in the form of the comets, dumping water for millions of years or billions of years. Colliding and gifting, colliding and gifting. Earth Mother, the egg, the sperm, the comet, brings in the sweet waters of life for all of us. So embrace water as well. Cleanse and purify. Make sure you drink plenty of it. And each time that you drink of it, think of the ebb and the flow and flush out any anger or frustration or this visceral stuff that I'm hearing people talk about and their fears. Because fear is not of God. It is not. We have an illusion here. If we think we're going to die, we don't. You hang on so tight, like it's it, that's the only thing here, and it's not. You're more. You're more than the sum total of that dust that goes back to the mother. Your very thoughts and songs and voice pattern and genetic display bring life here in a good and holy way. And God is the life that sparked you, your heartbeat. So trust in that. Surrender into the trust. I don't understand the fear. I've been stalked by cougars. I've been chased across fields by bad bulls. I've been stopped and kicked by horses. I always survive. And if I go to the realm, I go to the realm. It's been a good life. It's a good day to die, and it's a good day to live. That's how I see it. It's tokahe. Acha. Chiwake. I pray to you first, Creator. Wakandanka. Tokahe acha. Chiwake. Then I pray for my family. Matoko e oba niktacha. Chiwake, I pray. Then matoko e wasin wakandanga. I pray for all of life and creation. From that infinitesimal little bacteria down in that dirt, breaking it down for the worms, to the highest level that we think we are. I pray. Matoko e wasin wakandanga. Then I say gratitude. Always gratitude. Pilamaye. I will gift you a prayer song. Wankandoka Tukashila Pila Maya Halo Hey Pila Maya Halo Hey. This is the pipe. Shanupa Wakanchawi Chosani Pila Maya Halo Hey. Wankandoka Tukashila Pila Maya Halo Hey Pila Maya Halo Hey. Chakuluta Hokanamane Pila Maya Halo Hey. That's to help everybody to walk the red road with gratitude.